Hello. I'm never going to
Holy,
get it right. Welcome to the Friends of Zeus podcast. This is Zeus, followed by Mr. Mike to my left. Could be your right, could be below me,
we don't
whatever.
know.
We got the
Below
lovely
me.
Desiree, who just said we don't know. And we've got the figurine that goes by the name of Carl.
Hello.
That figurine bought by me for my lovely friends for Christmas, by the
Yes,
I love it.
way.
absolutely.
But tonight it's been a while since we've all four of us have been together. I feel like
Hmm.
it's always been like a hodgepodge of one or the other, but it's been a while since
Except
all
for
of us
bowling
been
night. I
together.
mean, we all see each other on
That's true, bowling
Saturdays
Bowling
at
on
bowling
Wednesdays.
league.
and
Yeah,
Oh,
and the
wait, it's
let's
talk
see.
Wednesday.
and,
Oh,
and in the break room at the Rogan Studios.
yeah.
But tonight is Desiree's show, and I'm excited to get into this one because I have no clue I mean, I know what we're talking about, but I don't know
We're
what
talking
realm of
about.
it she's going into. It sounds very interesting. So, Des, if you'd like to take the wheel.
I'll take it, but then I'm going to throw it to Mike because he wants to do a
Oh,
little pre-show
yes,
quizzy quiz.
Yeah.
yes.
He
And just
found it
real.
in Cosmopolitan from this month.
Well, do you want to
8 inches.
introduce the
Let me
topic,
introduce the
Desiree?
topic. Okay.
Yeah.
So, tonight we're going to talk about data centers, not AI, data center, the physical building data centers.
Hmm.
And I, my thoughts aren't all together on this yet still, but like I've been thinking about this for so long and some something's weird, and I don't know exactly. Maybe I do actually know now what it is. Think I figured it out. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. But anyway, Mike wants to do a little quizzy quiz,
So yeah,
maybe
this
about
is
data centers, because he's also having the data's on his mind.
data is on my mind.
It's in
So
the air.
I don't want to get
It
into
was
why
always on your mind.
I don't want to get into why I want to do this because whatever, but we'll talk about it later in the episode. But anyway, so I have these 8 questions, and because the one thing we seem to have in common, except I don't know about Carl because he hasn't said anything yet, is we don't know a ton about this topic, which again has never stopped us before, and that's one of the things
Put a
that
pin in that.
people love about the show. So anyway, I just want to do a little pre-quiz. So it's not even a quiz, it's a poll. Okay, so question number one, you want them or you don't want them, or you're unsure, Des?
Unsure. I don't know.
Carl,
Unsure.
Zeus.
Are you sure that you want them or you don't want them?
Or you don't know.
Or you don't know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, that's still.
Yeah, or
Do you,
you're feeling right now, are you saying, would you say that you would want
would
them
you
in
vote
your
yes, no,
area?
or not at all?
No, or you're not sure? Knowing what you know now.
In
Jack.
your neighborhood.
No, this is Zeus. This is you.
Oh, for me,
Yeah, Carl
man,
already.
it like we're burdened by our Skynet knowledge from Terminator 2, and like I feel like this is a forced urgency to do these things. But yes, I feel like probably we should have. And I don't know about my neighborhood, but there should
Okay,
be answers. Yeah.
Okay.
okay. Second question, do you believe there's a water problem? Or I'm sorry, there is no water problem, or there is a water problem? Or unsure?
I from everything that everyone is saying, there's probably going to be a water issue.
Okay, Carl?
Unsure.
Yeah, I'm unsure as well.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm in Fairfax, Virginia, where the water filtration, we're like the cleanest water in the U.S. out of your tap.
Hmm.
So there's probably some room for
And Des, you
degradation.
said there's no water problem?
I
I
think there
said there
probably
will be.
it
Yeah,
from
there
everything
is.
from everything that we know now or what's being, reported,
All right.
probably
But
going to be a water
necessity is the
problem.
mother of invention. If that becomes a problem, they'll most likely will find a quasi solution. I'm not terribly worried about the water
Well,
problem.
next question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number three, there is no electrical problem or there is an electrical problem? Desiree?
That I don't really know, but I mean,
Just
are
based
you
on what
talking
you
about
know
electric
now.
grid? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Okay.
electrical grids
That's
work.
fair.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna lean.
Maybe increase in power cost, probably.
So do you want to do a unsure or
And yeah, and really
yes?
in general,
I'm
unsure.
gonna lean
Okay.
yes. Hard,
Okay.
hard yes.
Hard yes. And then Carl?
I
Carl?
think it I
Oh.
think it depends.
Hmm.
So I don't know if that qualifies as unsure.
I would say unsure.
You know, I guess if
Yeah,
it depends, I think it's going to depend on the area. And so I'll say,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's going to be a problem.
You think it's going to be a
yeah,
problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
absolutely.
All right. Number four, there is no property value issue, or yes, there is a property value issue. Desiree?
Are you talking about for the surrounding
Correct.
homes? Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. Um, I don't know because I
Okay.
I
don't think
mean,
that
are
it would
you
be.
leaning like eminent domain with that, Mike?
Just
I think it would be.
is it
I
going to
don't think you're
affect
gonna
property
have a
values?
building. I don't think you're gonna have the center and then next door is a house. I don't think that
Look
that's
at my
how it's gonna work.
background.
But
Yeah.
that looks like a Amazon
It,
warehouse.
yeah, it could be.
Hmm.
But just again, these are
Yes.
just gut feelings, right? Okay, Carl.
Yes.
Yes.
I think so as well.
Okay. Number five, is there no, there is no noise issue. Yes, there is a noise issue.
I can.
Mhm.
Yes, noise is probably an issue.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Zeus.
thinking loud, annoying hum going on all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, noise issue.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Mm,
no, no, no.
Number
Get the
six,
ball,
we
get the
are in
ball,
a
get the
race
ball, get
with
the
mm,
ball.
China
No, 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 no.
that we must win.
no,
Or no, we are not in a race with China.
Yes,
no.
Okay, Desiree, no
100%.
is yes.
Yes.
Okay, and Carl?
Yeah.
Okay, that was a good question. Um, Pausing construction is unreasonable, or pausing construction is reasonable.
Reasonable.
This one, yeah,
Okay,
it's kind of
Desiree
supported
says
by one of the earlier answers. I don't remember which one, but yes, if
yes,
you feel that
and
way earlier, it's absolutely an issue.
Carl?
Yeah.
Carl. All right. And then last question,
Carl, you're
what
hot.
what's your gut say overall, just based on what your gut you're feeling right this second, knowing what you know or don't know? Are you for them, against them, or unsure?
I
Again,
mean,
being constructed in your town, in your neighborhood.
I think that for the future of us as people that use a lot of data, I think that they're going to be needed. So I think it's reasonable to have them, but I am
Hmm?
skeptical a little bit.
Well, you
I
gotta pick
And
one. I'm not a judge. I can't buy it and sell it.
okay, so overall,
Yes. Are you a yes?
yeah,
No?
I'm in favor of them, but
Okay.
in 20 years when some weird shit starts happening, I'm not going to be shocked.
Okay.
right, right. Again,
Carl,
it's the Skynet argument. It's like, yes, we
I should
kind
know
of
more.
we're leaning into it already.
so
We
what do
got
you
to do
say?
it.
What do you say, Zeus?
Hope
You're
we're not
for
wrong.
him? You're for it, Zeus?
100% for it.
And Carl?
Since we're talking in our neighborhood,
Yeah, like town, neighborhood.
then yeah, I'm against it. I don't want to hear.
Okay. All right, that's it. Sorry, that didn't think I didn't want need that to take that long. I'm sorry.
Very, very
But
It
interesting
didn't take
questions. Like I
long.
said, we could do a
okay.
follow-up episode with those.
Well,
Well,
we'll talk
so
about them later because
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I
think we're
think
gonna
that
get
we're
into it.
probably actually going to get into a lot of these.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
So,
course.
like I said, I've been kind of just thinking, like it's just like a, hmm, like there's always signs everywhere. You go out a little bit outside of town, and there's like say no to data centers, like so many say no to data center signs out, or whatever. I mean, there's no say yes to data centers signs out. Don't see those, but then there's these moratoriums, and anyway, so I'm just like, what
You
are
know,
we
I
doing,
think
guys?
honestly, I think that's something unique to you though, Des, because we don't have like out of town. Out of town for us is like 40 miles. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
we want out of town, we got to go
Yeah,
to
for
La
me, it's about
Plata.
30, 35 miles. Yeah, out of town.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I mean,
a
depending on which way you go.
probably the same.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm thinking the 35-mile like
Okay.
distance because it's a specific spot. Anyway, so you guys, I mean, do you have what's your data center situation in
Haven't
over
really been
there?
hearing much about it here.
Like, do you have them? Are there a lot of like, is there they want to build them? Like, what's the
So
city
Not that
council members talking about it?
literally
yeah,
no noise as far as I can tell.
yes.
There.
There so where Zeus is, Fairfax, well, Virginia, the county he's in, where I used to live as well,
Great. Now
probably has
everybody's gonna
more.
search it for me, Mike. Thank you.
Sorry. Well, we've talked about where I live. Anyway, probably has more data centers than probably any county in the country or close. There's areas out by Leesburg and out there where the where the Redskins practice, where you can
Yeah, but
drive
that's like
for like
25 miles from
a
me. That's
couple
not like
miles. No, I know, but you can drive for miles, and that's these things, these
Hmm.
big things, they're
Yep.
just
Yep.
on
We
either
have
side
those.
of you.
Yep.
It's crazy. They're huge. There's almost no windows. There's almost
Hmm.
no
No
traffic.
vehicles.
There's almost
Like
no
four people are
vehicles.
always
Yeah,
like
there's
no
like
one's ever
10
turning in
parking
there.
spots, and the
Hmm.
thing's as large as a stadium.
Hmm.
Um,
And there's multiple buildings.
yeah, and they grew like weeds
Yeah. Like what are these things?
I
out
have,
in that part of the county.
I'm so out of the loop on this. I like
Well,
Yeah, Maryland doesn't really have many. I mean, I looked on the on Aaron Brockovich's website,
hmm. Yeah, see? Okay, that's where we're gonna go
and
with
I
this.
didn't see any around me. I didn't think there were. I mean, that's one good thing about living in a NIMBY county like I do, I guess.
So
Um,
that building behind you, is that a real photo?
I don't know, but I believe it is because I just looked up. I said data center controversy or something like that, and this
Okay.
came up. So I
I
don't
just
So
know.
said AI create a data center background for me.
if you were to pull up Google Maps and find that whatever this is,
Yeah,
would it tell you what that building is? Like when you zoom in
probably.
and you like go,
Probably, yeah,
oh,
probably.
Yeah.
Or it would
I
lie
mean,
to us and tell us what we wanted to tell us.
I think it is just because if you look, there's like no parking around it.
mhm.
But
And it was
those
surrounded by,
houses seem a little suspect.
well, it was surrounded by other pictures of data centers. So I just picked it because I like the houses being that close. It could be completely fake. Who
Yeah,
knows?
that's got to be fake. Look, dude.
I
I'm
Well,
not
take
I,
some
I don't
artistic
jobs, but
license on this.
I don't know that it's fake
look.
because
I
You got
don't
a
they
know that it is
cul-de-sac here,
either.
and then you got like a metro rail right behind it. I'm calling suspect all day long.
Okay, we'll
well
look it up.
um s- so I there's a lot of we recently not I mean maybe in the last 3 years they built an Amazon but like right so I live at the intersection I live at is 45th and Rock Road. It
Hmm.
goes Rock Road, Webb Road, Greenwich Road, 45th, 53rd. Okay. So 45th and Webb Road is this big ass quote unquote Amazon fulfillment center. AICT 147, I think. I don't know. Then to the north of that, so they built that. That went up like a fucking, it just sprang up overnight. It's a four building complex, just like that one in the photo, just like it. Less windows. No one's ever going there.
No one
And if
goes
you pull it,
there.
if you like Google, like if you Google Maps it, it says permanently closed. But it's an
Hmm.
Amazon fulfillment center they just built in 2025. But to the north, just on 53rd and Greenwich, so one block up and over, one city block, there is the actual Amazon fulfillment center that they also just built right after that one. Amazon trucks in and out, 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 constantly all day.
Oh,
I've never, this one, the one that's on 45th and Webb Road, never have seen an Amazon truck turn there one time. And the delivery trucks or like the semis, never. I've never seen a vehicle turn into there.
well, I think what I have here will explain this because it is Amazon, but it is a data center. So I
Hmm.
looked up the video again.
Hmm.
I don't know if you can see it on here.
Hmm.
And it says, and this is the next county over from Zeus.
Oh,
Amazon data centers sit next to houses in Loudoun County,
yeah,
Virginia. So these are data centers, but so it's AWS, Amazon
yeah,
Web
AWS.
Services,
So, yeah,
but it's a real photo.
but again, what did I just say? They said that they told everyone
Are we using the
what they were
they?
building,
Is, is
the
this the they?
newspaper,
Okay.
the Amazon, the people that tell people stuff that,
About
send the
things.
news out in the city.
Yeah.
They said if you Google what that building is, it's Amazon Fulfillment Center. That's what
Hmm.
that complex is, supposedly. Okay. And then weirdly enough, a block one up and one to the side, another giant ass warehouse. No one ever goes this one that's by closest to my house. Nobody. If you put it on Google Maps, there's like all these parking spaces and like literally 10 cars there, just like you said.
Yeah.
And it doesn't,
Just
there
black
out of the four
SUVs.
buildings, out of the four buildings, one of them, one of them is named, not the other four.
Yeah. It
I'm sure that's
So
falling under the like this is
I'm
on the property
no,
of.
because they all have different addresses.
Oh, okay, you saw where I was going with that. Okay.
Yes, yeah. No, they each have a different address.
I mean,
So
yeah,
I believe it's AWS.
I think it is. I mean, based on just the
What's
photograph
AWS?
behind Amazon
Amazon,
Web Services.
yeah. So it's like
Okay.
a cloud
Yeah, I mean, it
storage
said that
facility.
this was Amazon data center, this picture, and it's
Like
real.
that's
They're
the thing.
then on
I
the well, hold on. Then down the street that so on Rock Road, so Rock and 37th, one just a city block to the south of me, there's been a building there for a very long time. It's called NetApp. I'm sure they just built apps back in the day, but now they're a computing service. They actually moved their facility to Wichita State campus. I don't know what's in there now. Who knows? I don't know what's in there now, but it's got to be some kind of a computer center because it's already outfitted like that.
hmm.
There's again, no one's ever there.
So there's
Yeah.
what I think are if I may are we getting to that there might be some chicanery going on here?
Well, hold on.
Like,
But
okay,
just hold on.
okay,
So I'm
hold
like,
on.
there's some shit
Cool your
cannery.
jets.
What's the shit cannery? I don't know. I don't know. But it is weird to me.
Chicanery, that's
It
a great
was,
t-shirt.
did it feel to you guys? I mean, I know they've been popping up. I mean, technology has as it's built, as it's gotten more sophisticated, more, we're using more, you go from like a 7.8, a 720 movie to like a fucking 6K movie. I mean, there's a lot of data and you could just stream that shit on the airplane. So I mean, I understand like cloud centers they're going up. But did it feel like all of a sudden there was an explosion in the need for all of these very large, multi thousands of acres fucking AI data centers?
Yeah,
Like an
that's what
Yes.
explosion for the need of them.
that's what's got me
Yeah.
bugged out. Is like,
Well, the technology exploded, right? It just happened.
and
Right,
what's
but
that
it's been
rule? Have you
exploding and
ever heard the
it's
rule about like with computers, like every 18 months it doubles? But you know what I'm talking about, Mike? But I'm sure
It's
we're
every
like,
2 years
but I think that
or
that just
maybe it's
went
two
to the
months.
wayside. I
Yeah.
don't even think that that applies anymore.
Yeah,
Like we're
it's an exponential curve. Yeah, it's
yeah,
always
yeah,
increasing.
exactly. But now
It's
it's
the
like
com it's
off
the
the chain.
computing speed of a computer doubles like I think every 2 years. And now
okay.
and that date that time frame has been compressed.
Okay,
Yes,
so
So
I've
and
had
you know what I think
computers
that is? I
to
think that's because of cloud stuff. Like
it's getting faster.
everything backs up to the
right, it's
cloud, but everything's been backing up. I mean, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying.
just
Like
there's more
that's
stuff.
everyone uses ChatGPT. Everyone backs their fucking phone up. I mean, it's always been,
Hmm?
and it works,
It's
but
just
now it's
more
just like
stuff.
there's an
and
explosion of it.
that's just the backing up that we are aware of that we actively pursuing. I've got like for instance on my phone, I've got every call that I take. You guys might not be pleased with this, but every call that I take, it automatically records the entire
Craigslist too.
call.
Hmm.
Yeah. And that's so what I'm saying is that that's we're just talking about what we control. There's a bunch of shit that we don't control. Like when you're on your Yahoo mail and it's got shit that you were looking at
Hmm.
over here on the side trying to sell that to you. That's recorded space. Like, yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
in Mexico and could access my phone, my cat feeder app and
Yeah,
feed make sure my cats were fed.
yeah.
I
Everyone's
say you
got
just
cams
put
in
them
their house.
outside and
The,
let them
I mean,
survive.
there's been an explosion of them because there's been an explosion in demand. I mean, again, it's like at a certain point to scale the hardware that's needed, it just became like brute force. Like you just needed the infrastructure. And
right,
once
okay.
that happened, I mean, for these companies building these data centers, even though some of the complexes where it's like multiple buildings, like three, four buildings, the cost can be like $1 billion,
Hmm.
just for that one little node. Um, but to these companies, it's
Ollie,
it's dirt cheap. It is dirt cheap. I mean, you're
Hmm.
literally, these are just like stacks and stacks and stacks of these things and cooling system and like some dude
Hmm.
make sure they don't go
So
off.
so with all the ones that have been going up, the AWSs, the net apps, the whatevers. I mean, no one really, it feels like, no one really asked anyone about that. They just happened. And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden it was like, why? It's like, okay, hold, like pump the brakes. What the fuck are these things we're building? Like it just seemed like it was a huge, like something changed. I
Yeah.
don't know what, but something turned.
To me, again, driving through that area in Loudoun County, which I haven't been out there in a while, but I
Or like
was there
Lansdowne or where? Loudon?
like Loudoun County, yeah, heading out
It,
towards Leesburg.
Sterling, Sugarland Run, shit like that.
Yeah. But I mean,
Okay.
I was out there a lot years ago. But anyway, the it's disturbing. It's soulless. Now, it's like architecture takes a holiday. It
I
is
still don't think it's as
miles of
dystopian as
like
driving through a wind farm though.
I haven't done that, but this was disturbing because again, it's so soulless. It doesn't do anything for like the human spirit. You
It's
feel like you're
very,
driving
would
through a
you say it's
video
very
game
Drive through a
static?
wind farm,
or you're driving through like a video game from like 1984 where it's just the scene keeps repeating. That's what it
hmm
feels like.
Yeah,
And I'm
that's
sure
yeah.
a wind farm is the
Especially
same or worse.
when like they're not on. That's fucking weird.
Or, or,
Anyway,
Yeah.
or, or technological version of like driving through cornfields and
But at
playing.
least there's variance
Yeah,
at
with
yeah.
least a bug flies in
cornfields.
your window every once in a while, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, or you
The
should grab
economy
out and get a
keep.
corn
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
or a
lot.
spider web, or you can mow it down, make a maze, whatever you want to do. So anyway, so there's where we were on. Just now we'll put a pin in that and back up to this thing I was saying about Aaron Brockovich. So did you guys happen? So Theo Vaughn did an interview with Aaron Brockovich about data centers. Did you guys see that?
Mm-mm.
How
Or by
hilarious is
chance?
that guy, by the
I
way?
He's
I
so
mean just
funny.
a few minutes, like
He's
10 minutes
so
of it.
funny.
I think the why he's so funny is because the shit that he says, and you're just like, I don't know if you were serious or not, because you just that's off the cuff and you just came up with
You know
that
what
one.
you know how I liken him to the white Tracy Morgan. Like, Tracy Morgan is actually kind of brilliant because he's just so goddamn funny all the time. Theo Von's just the white version of that. He says shit and you're like,
Yeah, like he likes raisins because he
where
like
did you
scrapes the
draw
vent
that
or
from?
something.
Yeah. Theo
Well,
Von's a
he is a
genius,
Yeah,
comedian. I mean, he is a
yeah.
stand-up
but he's
comedian.
like a uber comedian. He's really bright. I don't
So
think we'll ever know how bright he actually is.
so he so he interviews or whatever. But do you guys remember that the movie Aaron Brockovich?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so just for the viewer out there, just a small recap.
Hmm.
Okay,
Very
so
nice.
this is based on a true story. The movie, what happens in the movie, the story about the girl doesn't necessarily matter, but the case was that this girl started working at this law firm as like in the file room or something, and the lawyer attorney gives her a box of files and says, I need you to open up a medical file on all these. Here you go. It's like a bank box. So she's like going through the forms, organizing them, and she notices that there are real estate documents in a medical, like personal injury type of like file that she's about to open, and she's very confused. So she decides that, and all these are coming from somewhere called Hinckley, California. Okay, so she decides that she wants to ask her boss because she's so curious if she can go down to Hinckley and investigate some stuff. And he's like, yeah, yeah, go. So she goes down there and like does like investigates a lot of things. She finds like two-headed frogs and like some ponds around there. And she
Mm,
finds out that all these people that are living in this Hinckley, California area are they have a lot of health problems. And PG&E, which is Pacific Gas and Electric, is wanting to buy their homes from them
mm,
for a lot of money. Like, why are you trying to buy my two-bedroom modular home for $3 million? Like a lot of money. Kind of weird. So she's investigating it or whatever. Turns out the long story less long is PG&E was they had like like an electric plume out there, like a coolant, like a generator or something, large generator factory. So they were using that. So that thing has to be cooled with water. It has a water coolant system. And in that water coolant system, they used a chemical called hexavalent chromium. This when they told everyone, they because they're like, well, someone's gonna find out about this. They told people what it was is a different kind of chromium, and then it was fine for you. It was actually good for you. Hexavalent chromium is actually very, very bad for you. It gave frogs two heads. It like gets in your genes, and you can pass the mutated genes onto your offspring for
jeez.
generations. Like it all sorts of it was terrible. Like kids were getting
There's
born with
no good comes out of it at
like
all.
Two
one arm
frog
here and
heads.
one arm here, like very anyway, trisomy 7, like all sorts of shit. So they're having all these medical problems in this like 2 mile radius of Hinckley, California, by this one plant.
Explain. explain trisomy because I
So
kind of
there's
understand.
multiple trisomies. So trisomy 7 is when you have two exact copies of your DNA. Trisomy 13 is when you have an additional chromosome, and then there's another trisomy where you have an additional copy of all your DNA, or like you have like
Hmm.
three copies of your DNA. So
Basically, it's affecting your DNA.
yeah, so trisomy 7 is you have two complete copies of DNA. They might not be the same.
Hmm.
So you got weird,
Like
like you got,
close
like I said, you
enough that
got
they
one
can.
arm up here and one arm coming out
Yeah,
front,
that's what I was just gonna say.
like
Close enough
five
that they can
legs.
It's
connect
like
and
the
give you an
fly.
extra arm.
The
Yeah,
giant
Brundle.
frog. hmm
Yeah, it's like Brundlefly.
crazy shit.
I'm just
Yeah.
trying to relate it to our viewer.
So
Well,
yeah,
you
it
know
just
what? You know what the best way? Bear with me
birth
one.
Or the
defects and
thing. It's like the
birth
thing
The
defects,
at the
multiple birth
beginning.
defects, and multiple cancers,
You know how
Right.
the
So
basically.
best way
it's
that you could
messing
connect
people
this
up.
to like the popular the 50 people that listen to us is the three-eyed fish from Simpsons. That is
Sure.
probably
Or lobster man,
yeah, yeah. Like that is where it
the
comes from. It's
bearded
the
lady.
things that
Like the
should
freak
make
show,
sense.
they probably grew up in
Yeah,
Hinkley.
yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
There you go. Hinkley, California.
Hmm.
Anyway, so they figure out all this stuff, and basically they found documents that said that PG&E actually knew that this hexavalent chromium was terrible. I mean, it's a terrible chemical, but they used it anyway knowingly and then lied about it and purposely put the like they didn't do
Hmm.
the good environmental thing by putting like liners in the wastewater ponds or whatever so that it was soaking into the ground, causing all sorts of problems.
Jeez.
So PG&E got sued fucking big time. Millions of dollars because well, they fucked a lot of people up by lying and not caring and doing it on purpose, basically, because they didn't care because this hexavalent chromium was a good coolant, and it also was anti-rust. So I mean, the
It, it
generator wouldn't rust. The shit cooled. A
it
good
it
coolant.
feels like the social equivalent would be that they. I'm not lying if I'm withholding information. I'm
No, actually, we're
saying,
we're gonna tell you. It's like
yeah,
when you're gonna hide something, but you gotta like you gotta
you got
be
to do
upfront
some
with it. You're like,
research.
yeah, listen, we're not hiding anything. Actually, you can see it, right? Yeah, it might get in the water. Yeah, that's fine, but it's actually good. No, it
I
wasn't.
mean, that there was a time, I guess before this, like somewhere it transitioned in the 70s, but companies would just do the craziest stuff,
Yeah.
like just throwing stuff, batteries out. I mean, no one cared.
Hmm
Oil, doesn't matter. I mean, there's a place, I'm just going to talk about Baltimore because I know it, but there's a neighborhood that's or it was one of the ritzier neighborhoods in Baltimore in the last 20 years called Harbor East. And it was on a piece of basically fill land that was a super fun site when I was a kid back
Super
in the
fun.
70s, which means it had like, horrible waste and everything else. They had to spend like hundreds of millions of dollars to clean it up. And now it's like fancy hotels and nice
hmm
restaurants, but people just would dump stuff, whatever, no one cared. So
Yeah.
I'm not excusing it, but it's
No,
not
I
it's
mean,
not shocking. Like I'm not
right.
shocked
But
that
there's
they
a
were doing
difference
that.
between pollutants, factory smoke,
And
dumping
something
your trash in the
I'm
fucking,
yeah, I'm not
pond,
defending it. I'm just not
and
surprised.
using a very toxic chemical, knowing you did it,
Yeah.
knowing you're not taking any precautions and lying to people about it. Like that's a
So
huge, that's bad.
what
Terrible.
was what was thalidomide?
Thalidomide, what was
That
thalidomide? Was
was
that a like an
for
insect killer or something?
I don't remember. I thought it was something. Yeah, maybe it was, but it affected women who were pregnant.
Hmm
Similar idea. I mean, where they did have some evidence, but someone made a decision that it was
Oh, it was a medication for morning. That was fucked up. It's a morning sickness medication. So they're
oh,
giving it all these pregnant women.
jeez.
They're giving
Yeah.
it to all these pregnant women who have morning sickness, and it's just fucking yeah.
Yeah,
Or like good.
I think Carl and Zeus, you guys may have been in that. I've talked to my mom about this, and she was like, I was born 72, and she was like, my doctor, it was all like, hey, no way you can use that stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, wow.
But I think it was still being used into the late 60s in some places. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
There was another one I'm trying to think of. Tetracycline. So that's an antibiotic. It's doxycycline. A lot of people actually still take it, but it's pregnancy category X. And it causes like, have you ever seen people with like they look like they have just like gray and like weird ass brown teeth, but they look like they have bad teeth.
Hmm.
And they kind of look like they're a little bit woody.
I don't know specifically, but now I'm
Oh,
gonna be
well,
looking.
now you're gonna be looking. It's
Yeah,
not like meth mouth. It's different
yeah.
because they have all their teeth. It's just their parents they took tetracycline when they were pregnant and it caused that to their enamel. Like
Oh, wow.
shit like that. It's just
So, but
anyway.
here's a question because, and I get the analogy with the drugs and with the pharmaceuticals and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But how, like, what's the argument
Okay.
against these data centers or
So
for them?
I was watching this
Iron Bar.
interview and something clicked. It's like, oh my God, that's the weird thing. Here it is. So remember what the story I just said about Hinkley and PG&E?
Hmm.
Okay. What are these data centers using?
Water.
A lot of, a lot of millions of gallons a day
Yeah.
water. Well, where does that water go? Is it all contained? I don't know. Probably not. I'm sure there's going to be some wa like exchange of or condensation or something. Um, is I just like in Hinkley, they used a chemical so it wouldn't rust and it was great coolant. I mean, these are massive machines that need to be very much cooled by water. And they're looking into ways to do it so it's not using so much water. So they're going to be probably maybe some coolants going to be introduced into that. I don't know. I don't know how to cool computers. So there's that. And then if you notice, a lot of these, the larger, like the ones that the moratoriums are on, we have the moratoriums here, they are all proposed to be built by very large like reservoirs.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so the one that we have the moratorium on right now is out. It's in Great Garden Plain, Kansas. It's like, out west from Wichita, but it's right like next to the Cheney Reservoir, which is like the drinking water reservoir. Now, you remember a couple years ago when I was talking about the fact that the city said we're in a drought and you can't water your lawn. And I was
Yeah, you
pissed off
weren't
about it.
even, yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
I
Okay.
remember that too.
We're not
You
in
were
drought anymore.
incredulous. Yeah,
I was
you were
pissed.
really
I just
mad.
put the fucking new grass in.
It was awesome.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna tell me that I can't water anyway. Listen. That was what, 2 years ago? We are not in that drought anymore. And actually there have been within the last, this year, the state's been reporting that that reservoir has been up higher than it's been in years. But why is there still a restriction on my lawn watering? Still, I can only water Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays after 8 p.m. for 1 hour.
Yeah. It's
But
best not to
because
ask questions.
because are we building up our water supply
Yeah.
so we can cool this data center? Is that what it is? Because why are we lying? Now it feels like a lie. Like it feels like you're trying to
That's what
hide
everything
something.
feels like is a
Or it
And
lie.
could be. Yeah, it's a lack of trust at best, right?
and
Even if they're not lying, they're doing something that's causing
And
this lack
is
of
your
trust.
lawn like the filtration system that they need to get the water
I
back
don't
into
know, but
the
you're sitting there talking about how my fertilizer and my fucking soap from my car wash that I just did or whatever, like my the whatever the soap that I just put on my driveway to power wash it off, like all of that is going to go into stormwater runoff and it's going to contaminate things and it's going to kill everyone, kill the fish. Yet something's real weird about these big ass plants that rely on cooling systems that use millions of gallons of water
Yeah.
by
I
a
mean,
by a drinking water reservoir. That seems all weird because that's pretty much exactly what fucking PG&E was doing. And I'm not saying, oh, they're gonna poison the water. I'm just saying, huh, seems
right.
weird.
yeah, I mean, again, that's why, like earlier, I was like, I wasn't necessarily shocked, to hear about all this stuff. But again, people have a way of blowing things out of proportion as well. My concern with this whole story is why are there still so many questions? Like, And if you go and look online and you start looking up stories,
Hmm.
which is kind of why I wanted to do this survey, there's people are staking their opinion like it's hard to find a story that's like, what is this data center thing about? We have no idea. Let's take a look and ask both sides. It's always
Yeah, where's
like
the journalist?
data
I
centers are
went to the
gonna like
AWS building and I
be
looked
the
in that little window.
yeah, if
You
you don't
know?
like data centers, you're a communist, and if you do like data centers, you're, a crazy, person hating slave master. I mean, I don't know. It's so I mean,
And yet they're
it's like I
providing
see a
jobs.
lot of good things and a lot of bad things. It's like anything else. My
But we
issue
do
is,
know
how did we get to here without
Right.
anyone voting on it or talking about it? Like, what
that's what
is,
I'm saying. Like they've just been popping up and we're just like, okay, well, like, oh, and now we're like,
Right.
hold on, pump the brakes. And it's like, okay, well,
Well, wait a minute. It's because
would they just get by us?
the government's in bed with these tech companies because they're all for it. They do believe that it's an arms race against China, and they're giving them hookups that we don't even know about. And that's why
yeah,
these things are popping up all over the place. They have endless wealth that they could use to buy people's property. They're getting access to the reservoirs, like Desiree said, and to electricity that used to go to the town or the city or whatever.
yeah,
And so you're right. We didn't vote on this, but they don't care.
yeah.
Well, I feel like this falls
They
under
don't.
the, and Mike, I want to say I've got the right term, but it feels like some of this stuff slipped through with like, correct me if I'm wrong, with like pork belly. Is that the term, Mike? Where they like, if you don't want cancer kids to die, then you'll let us to
Oh,
have
omnibus.
electrical
Yeah,
lines
omnibus
above your
bills.
Yeah,
house.
omnibus. Yeah,
Or like
Yeah,
they said they were putting that Amazon fulfillment center, then
which
they
has
close. Now
jobs,
it's permanently closed. That big ass mill is now it's permanently closed
and now it's a
just to
data
build the
center.
one right up the street and now where everyone works. I don't know what the fuck. Now it's AWS. I'm
Yeah,
positive.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
and
again,
who's to
it's
say they
that's
don't
Oh,
have
snuck
some
that one by everyone,
underground
Amazon.
like monorail system from one to the other? Like you don't have to see the employees that go into the one because they travel underground
I
a
mean,
mile.
Oh,
here's
actually, Zeus, hold on. I'm so glad you brought that up.
yeah,
Another
I'm
story that I
smart.
read
I'm smart.
that I kind of vaguely saw was something about like underground something. And that was like it. That was like a little blurb.
something something.
Underground building. And I was like, oh shit. Because every time I drive my ass back home from Dallas, what do I see about Blackwell, Oklahoma? There's all these billboards talking about this one or two specific companies that are like innovating in underground construction. What the fuck are you building underground? That's not a tornado shelter. Like you don't have to.
Yeah,
You can
Musk
just say
has
that
a
one. It's not an underground innovation.
yeah.
Hmm.
No, there's a lot of
What you doing with
underground
those?
stuff going on.
Hmm.
Yeah. The entire United
But what
States is
are they?
becoming Area 51.
Probably.
You know?
I mean, the thing that is to me suspect is obviously there's a ton of money involved
Hmm.
on all sides of this thing. And anyone with half of a brain would know that this is going to cause consternation among the populace if you just spring it on them. And they went ahead and just springed it on everyone anyway, which to me says it is nefarious, because otherwise it's like there's so much money involved. Why not just have, do like everyone else does, like buy people off and release a fake documentary saying how great it is. Like they haven't even done that. I mean, it's like the
Well, I
Because they
mean,
worst
don't give
just
a
marketing I've
fuck
ever seen in
anymore.
my life because
in that, yeah,
I
in
mean,
that interview,
yeah.
she said something. She's like, you don't do anything in secret unless it's nefarious.
Yeah, why would you? And again, these are smart people. You got to believe. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I mean, they're at least decent at marketing. And it's like now they're just making this big grab. And the reason they're doing it in these small towns is if you have like, Amazon versus Washington, D.C. or New York City, that's a big battle. But if you have like Amazon versus Pocomoke City, Maryland, I mean, that's like they're they're going to get whatever they want. I mean,
Also,
in
And
why do
then
I live
port
and
and
by
then you
every,
have
why
to
do
they
I
can
live by
pay off, they could buy the town.
allegedly live by two big ass fulfillment centers? And why do I still not get my shit within 2 to 3? Like, I should have 2 hour delivery.
You need to go over
with the
there
proximity of
and
my
knock on
address.
the
They
door.
could throw a really hard, a fucking
I
baseball
was
and
going
get to my
to kind
house.
of the opposite of that and say that
They could drone it to
they
me.
they 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 fluff us up with the fact that like we get shit in like 2 days.
Yeah, it's
Like
frightening.
we're
My
so
but
pleased
my
by the
toilet paper
service
and
that we're
paper
getting
towels,
that we what's that?
my toilet paper and paper towels should be here by 5 p.m. the day I order it. Being that
Okay,
close. Being
Des,
that
I'm gonna
close.
bust your chops on this one and say that you can get toilet paper and
I know,
fucking
but
paper
what I'm
towels.
saying is I live in less than a mile from two supposed big ass fulfillment centers. Last mile fulfillment centers. They should get me my shit in
Yeah, but it's not like
4
they're just
hours.
leaving there and coming right to
Yeah, it's
you.
it's
They
not
gotta
like they have the toilet paper where you're at.
Okay.
That part I
actually
get.
just
But they should
just
have that.
just throwing this out there. A lot of delivery hubs, the strategy is they just send the truck all the way out as far as they go,
Mm.
and then they work their way back during the day to the end, so they
Yeah.
don't drop off in the morning. They go
Yeah,
as
but
far as they. So
okay,
you would
so
actually be the last
okay,
people.
that's fine. 5 p.m., 8 p.m., it's 3 a.m. Not in two prime days, and maybe also it could be late.
Yeah,
That's a little weird.
it's unacceptable.
Anyway, that's
But
I
you
just
know
mean,
fine.
what?
That's just pick.
To what you're saying still, like if they don't get it to you in the time that they said they would, they'll like give it to you for free. That is actually kind of alarming
That's not the
aspect of
point.
all
The
this.
point
Is
is,
I have
why do
had
I
like
live
well,
within
hold on. The alarming aspect to it with Amazon and all that is that if something comes late and I bitch, they're like, okay, take it for free, and
Actually, I don't
we'll.
do that anymore. You could used to return anything. You wear a pair of shoes 3 years, you can return them.
No,
Not no more.
I'm saying that it didn't come in time, and they're like, okay, we'll give it to you for free.
Yeah,
I've
keep it
gotten
though, and
that.
so
also keep it.
but you guys are
Yeah.
making the argument for data centers, right? I mean, in order
I'm
to have
not.
this amount, but what I'm saying is, in order to have, if I'm Bezos, I'm like, okay, that is fantastic, Desiree and Zeus. In order to be able to fulfill your orders that fast and have, we need these data centers.
Yeah.
What
Okay,
would you
cool.
say?
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
fine.
not
Again,
necessarily
cool.
against them.
However, you didn't need to, again, there should be no reason why I don't get my Charmin the same day I order it when I live within what, less than a mile radius from two fucking big ass last mile fulfillment centers.
yeah,
Yeah, but
Because
they
you
have to
lied.
be
Because they're
holding
not
what you
really
need.
fucking fulfillment centers.
they're
That's what it
not.
is.
Yeah, no, they're data
That's my
centers.
point.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah, that
no, I
does
get
make
it. I
sense.
get it.
Yes.
But
It's a very,
again, it's like this was some comedian I was looking at, and they were talking about this issue, and they were laughing about the fact that people that are against data centers, are all over social media,
yeah.
so they're like using social media to complain about data centers, which are on data center, social media needs
Mhm.
data centers. So it's sort of like
Yeah,
like pick
right.
your
That's
poison, pick your
Meta's,
poison.
Meta's really bacon on that one.
Which one do you care about? I mean, I don't
Well,
know.
see,
Yeah,
I live in
Well,
Kansas. We got a lot of space.
yeah.
You could build those and we would never see them probably. Except for these two that are right fucking by my house. But I mean, you could build the big ass ones, far enough out that, psh,
Well,
you would
they
never see
need
them.
infrastructure, so they need power and they need water. Even
Mm,
though the water use, will be going down. I mean, Nvidia is already making, and we talked about this a few months ago, but they're already making chips that are, dramatically produce dramatically less heat,
it's just
because they
coolant to
know
cool them. It's
this
fine.
is an issue, so they don't have
Mm,
as much of a cooling issue. But so
mm.
that may
It's
fall
like
off.
antifreeze in your car.
Yeah, and can it be in a
yeah.
closed loop system or
Is
I
that
mean
what
they're
they're
gonna
using? I don't
that
know.
sort of stuff they're gonna figure out. The sound, I think they could figure out. Vibration is a lot harder, but if it's just a matter of like we have to encase these things in closed cell foam or something, I don't know.
Have you guys ever had to have an MRI?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's one of the
Okay,
I
so you
can't
scariest
do
know,
it.
moments of my life.
I
I
don't know
can't
why
do
I
it.
don't care. It
Yeah,
doesn't
Yeah, I
bother
don't
me.
care.
I
It
even have
doesn't
to have the
bother me.
face cage, and I just fall asleep.
I freaked.
Actually, what I do is I'm like, what is it? Why is it?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like,
And it's loud.
what are you doing that's making that noise? Like, why are they different?
Yeah.
I
But
think that's just beyond us. I
and
think that's
even
actually probably pretty legit science.
Even with like when you're not getting the scan, it makes this unch. That's like the
Yeah, it's
noise it
like a
makes.
Yeah, you
rave,
should
man.
just go
Just
to a
when the
techno
magnet's just
party.
on and not scanning. And it's very magnetic. You can't bring nothing. Shit. I've had a bobby pin and just it's trying to suck it in.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so if they can enclose those, I mean, you don't hear it until you open up that vault door, you know? That
No, that's what I'm
unch.
saying, but there's no profit incentive to do it yet. If it comes down to, I mean, these things are cheap to build, they're easy to build, it's like a land grab. All that's going on right now. I'm just saying when I'm looking at the issues, because people who are against them, and again, I'm still I don't even know how I feel, but people that say it's a water problem, technology can handle that. There's an electrical problem.
Yeah, until
That's going to
shit
take
starts seeping into the groundwater.
no, no, I'm with you, but electrical, I don't think
Well,
that's easy to solve. Property value issue is not easy to solve. Noise,
here,
I think, is easy to solve.
I'm switching it
Just gut
around to my
feeling.
choreography versus conspiracy thing. And these are all like where we're going with all this seems very natural, like natural suspicion. Um, we're we're wondering why these things are happening. And I think this is again more of a choreography. They're going to handle this. Whatever we say and whatever we think seems hinky about this, they're going to have an answer. And that's the choreography. We're going to
Right.
go, okay, that dance I can dance to. And that's what bothers me. That's why, like I said, okay, going back to my conspiracy hat, that's where the
But tinfoil?
Skynet shit seems a little fucking more real than I want it to. Like, if we were to watch Terminator 2 today and respond to it from our current experiences
Uses
in
AI.
the world, we're gonna be like, that shit makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Like the smooth roll in, and then all of a sudden we're surrounded by robots that'll
And
kill
then we
us if
can't.
we fucking.
I don't see. I don't even think
But we're not
that.
talking
Like,
about
I don't even.
AI.
Well,
I know, but
and
it
I
kind of.
don't even think that I get what you're like. They have to have a little bit, but I don't think it's because I don't think the explosion of this is because robots are taking over the world.
No,
I don't
it's
think
probably
that.
more about profit over,
No,
But
it's
profit
econ
Wait,
over
the
it's
deficit.
explosion of the data
economics.
centers is because of AI, which we're not
It
talking
well,
about.
is
not only. I mean, it is,
a
yeah.
big
But
chunk
everyone
of it.
uses their Chat GPT right now, and it's just fine. Like it works
But the
in 3 seconds.
reason
You know.
the answer for people who don't want data centers near their house, the answer is exactly what's going on right now. Because the reason why the data centers are going up where they are is this reason why anything happens in real estate. It's the economics of it. And they can do it, so it's cheap, so they're doing it. If people make it expensive by getting bad publicity for
Or
Amazon or
bitching and
all
moaning.
these other places or bitching and moaning, you're like having, I don't know, protests out front or whatever, even though no one would see it. If it starts to have a cost to it, then it will shift and it will go out closer to where Desiree is, out in Kansas or whatever, and it
And
won't be
Desiree's
in
got
metropolitan
probably of
areas.
all of us here the most like free space land
Yeah, like
around.
you can, like you were
100%.
saying, when
Yeah.
you out of city for you is like, a while. But
Yeah.
even if, to the east of me, I'm out of the city in four
Well,
minutes because I
I'm
live
just
still live.
Yeah.
thinking, and
It,
I'm allow me to project like my how I feel like
Project.
where you look when you look out your door. Here, to me, I see buildings and all this other stuff, and I feel like, and
I
I
see their
could be
houses.
wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you have like vast landscapes of not like big tall buildings and all this other stuff. Maybe you have some small buildings, maybe a few factories, but essentially, when you look out in one, at least in one direction, you see a landscape of nothing but like plain, just
Where I used to, so
serene territory.
when I used to live a block north from here at 53rd and Webb, so again, right next to the other one.
Yeah.
If you go out, this is far enough out from the city that I could see the glow of Wichita from my backyard. Like
Mm.
it was like a glow.
Yeah.
And like I mean I still live in
Where
the
am I?
city, but like it's just
The
so far
light
out.
pollution. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, so yeah, like when you're out of the city, you are out of like you are out of it. Like there's maybe a house there, 5 miles down the road, maybe another house that probably no one lives in.
Um,
I
my,
mean, it's so there's space, but again, like, and I don't really, again, I don't know how power grids work. To me, I don't know. I can just plug infinite shit in my house and it just works. I don't know where the power comes from. It's just like, just like, I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I have a lot of questions about these places, and one is they almost employ nobody.
Yeah, they do to
Two,
build them, but there's like
they do to
150
build them.
people.
And then the thing is, I have, an iPhone, whatever, and I tend to get iPhones like once every 5 or 6 upgrades of
Hmm.
iPhone. Um, but things advance all the time. So whatever hardware they're putting into these data centers, I mean, isn't it going to be obsolete in like 4 years?
Well,
And
yeah, well,
do
they'll
they have to
probably
rip it all back out again? The
just
other,
upgrade it, put it in the e-waste,
put it in the,
put it in the
the
landfill, the e-waste landfill.
The other thing that kills me is, in a
That's probably why
lot
they're
of
building those
places,
underground places.
at least in
Root
my
waste.
state and I think in Fairfax County as well, there's all these regulations about permeable land. So if you have a property that's, say, call it an acre, then 3/4 of that has to remain permeable. So, and
What does
they
that
take,
mean?
so the roof of the house, your driveway, all this stuff, anything that doesn't allow water to enter the soil is considered impermeable.
Okay.
So if you want to do an addition, even if you have enough room in your setbacks, if it adds enough roof space where you cross that threshold
Mm-hmm.
of, they won't let you do it. And yet this thing's going up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this
It's the
is
size of a football field on a asphalt slab.
Yeah, and
Like,
so
where's all this stormwater management
yeah, it
going?
seems like a
Because
hundred. Yeah,
these
And
places are out
maybe
and they don't
maybe
have, look, let me just finish. In this place
yeah.
in Loudoun County where this is, not to get too inside baseball, but they do not have the stormwater management infrastructure that like New York has,
And they've
or
got like
Baltimore,
vast
or
areas of
DC, or
space out there.
Wichita. So where's this water going? Anyway, I'm saying there's a lot of favors. There's a
yeah. It
lot of
looks like
stuff going
100%
on.
of that building and land and parking lot is
Yeah.
impermeable.
And who's getting paid? I don't know. I mean, it's so suspect. If I had one of these houses in this picture and they put that thing up,
That's got to be a fake picture.
You
I got
know,
it's not. I just looked it up, man. It's a real
well,
picture.
two things. Number one, oh, I forgot the first thing. Um,
Number
oh
one.
wait, I
What
forgot it
was it?
again.
You better be getting
Oh
like
shit.
7,000
Oh,
MPS
okay.
internet
See,
speed.
I need my own data center in my own brain. So, like when in 200 years when we can put data on the moon, with data centers on the moon, what are they gonna do with
Yeah,
all that
Musk
shit?
is
Like
talking about putting
it's
them in
just
space. Yeah.
so now we're upgrading them though. What are we gonna do with the buildings?
That's what I mean. Well, that's going to be where the
Because
cemeteries are.
well, they could be, or maybe they're building
You
them on top
The
buried
of
the
crema
bodies, but
centimeter
you didn't
of
move
centimeters
the.
Yeah, that's going to be the
or centimeters.
crematoriums, Des. That's going to be
Burial on
where
top of centimeters.
the robots are
Cemeteries.
burning all of us. So,
Probably,
yeah.
probably. So there's that wonder that I kind of was just thinking of. And also, have you ever how there's like a water treatment plant, right? But then also like within, a certain amount of miles away from that water treatment site, there's like watersheds.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't ever really know what's a watershed unless you
Watersheds
know what
are
it is because they
nonsense, by the
disguise
way.
it as a house.
Yeah.
You know, that, right?
I have not seen, no.
Oh, well, there's a couple on my side of town that you're like, there's that water house.
Her side of town, though.
Hmm.
Oh, so what is it, a water tower that looks
No,
like a
no, not the
house?
water tower. It's like a water like I don't know what they do in this watershed, but it's like a satellite little small little like
Like a
treatment.
treatment area. Oh,
Like
like
a
you mean like
maybe
a
like a
shed, not like a area of
Now,
land that's a watershed.
watershed tends to, if I'm not mistaken, watershed tends to be like
Land.
lakes and rivers that they control how they send water out. So there's some natural filtration. Is this sounding about right to you, Deb?
hold on, keep going.
It's
Um,
Yeah,
so
a
it's
watershed
like
is a
if you had a river leading into a stream,
yes.
leading into a creek, leading into a rivulet or whatever. I'm
Reverse it. So
at
you
point
go
of
from
no
the
explain.
Okay,
smaller
they're
But
to the
it's
they're
like
bigger.
it's like a natural filtration thing.
it helps move the water along. So they're water pump. They're like they're wastewater pump centers, but
Oh,
they're
okay.
but they're obviously not a big ass facility, and they're not a water tower providing water pressure. I don't know, maybe that's not what the water tower does, but that
Yeah.
always thought that was what it does.
Yeah.
Okay, so the pumps they just help move the
Move the
water
poop
along,
along or the water.
move
Yeah.
turds. So I mean, it's
Move the
probably
turds.
if you didn't disguise it as a building that's a
I'll be
house
right
or
back, guys.
like well the ones we have they're literally it looks like a house.
Yeah.
Like it's got a
They're just
fucking
trying to
roof pitch,
disguise it.
everything. Yeah, you disguise it and because the city is like, yeah, you can't have that weird ass pump looking thing in the middle of the city. Like, no, you gotta do something about that. So,
So,
or just like sometimes how you have out in like Florida and stuff, they have those big ass fucking t cell tower poles, but they disguise them as trees.
oh yeah, well, we got them here
Okay,
too. Yeah.
so maybe they can just disguise these. I mean, they can build them and then like somehow disguise them as like something not fucking weird, something not creepy, like a windowless AI building.
Yeah. No, and because
I
that's
don't
what
have
they
any
look
ideas for
like.
that, but
Well, here, I mean, the question that we were asking about, is this it's a race with China or not? I thought that was interesting because three of the four of us said yes. And I think that's a pretty compelling question, and it kind of goes hand in hand with is pausing this construction reasonable or unreasonable? Because everything else, again, I think are issues that can be solved or mitigated or whatever. But is this a race where the loser is out of it, or
but
is
what's
that
the
a
race?
fallacy?
Like, what do we
It's the well, it brings the AI element into it where people, China is gonna it's
have
like
better
Dr.
AI robots?
Strangelove. It's like the data center gap is too big. It's like
Mm.
It's an
China
arms
has
race.
more data centers. I'm sorry?
It's an arms race.
It's an arms race, 100%. And so, but
Mm.
And
is that true or is
but
that
that's
Mm.
that's why I think that this
Listen,
is all happening because our government is backing what's happening. Like they're okaying it, they're allowing it,
they
they're encouraging it,
yes,
they're giving
because
them money toward it
during the
because they
election,
believe it's an arms race.
wow,
how Trump was like, I mean, we're just going to make the electric company or we're going to make the data centers pay their own electric bill
or build their own
or
plant?
build their own power supply. Like put
Yeah,
fucking
but is
solar
that
things on them.
happening?
I
That's
don't
not
know.
happening.
I
It's
don't
not
know.
happening.
You know, Carl,
But I
like
mean,
with what you're saying about, I mean, I think the arms race thing, it's not just now an analogy. That's like exactly what it is. And so, yeah, the question is who is pushing it, who's against it. Um, I've heard I did a little deep dive on this stuff today, and there's people out there saying, the anti-data center thing is CCP propaganda,
oh my
right?
gosh.
Well,
So they're like
here's my thing
infiltrating our
on that
social
whole thing is
media,
like
getting people,
Yeah, they've done that before though. That's always the crackdown excuse
my
is
whole
like,
thing on that
oh,
is
it's
I'm
China.
not saying it's true. I'm just
No,
saying that's what they're saying.
no, right, but they've said that before when like things were flying around on TikTok. I remember like when the kids were, I mean, right now there's a lot of anti-Israel rhetoric that's going around, and
Mm,
Netanyahu himself has said we got to crack down on
Yeah.
this.
it's probably Russia.
I remember when do you remember like back I don't know if it was a couple of years ago when all the college protests were going on,
Mm.
the letter written by Osama bin Laden was
Yes. Letter
yeah.
became
to
like
America.
Hmm.
became viral again. Like all these years later, people were reading the letter on, and it was going everywhere. And people were like, "Oh
Yeah.
my God, America's so bad," and he had a point, and
Yep.
yeah.
How
And
about
they
all
tried to crack that. They said that that was like some international espionage, trying to,
well,
Cheap fake.
yeah.
And Russia,
Carl,
Russia,
to your
Russia.
point, how about the distractions that have gone on? Do you remember maybe 2 years ago, we were all freaking out about drones over New Jersey?
Yeah.
Where the fuck did that go?
Well, they kind of solved
Dude,
it.
where did anything go? But there's
Still
drone
one of
hives
the
everywhere, so
still one of the best intros of any of our episodes. Just saying.
Again,
what?
Like, don't watch
It
that again.
still makes me laugh. Like if I need to laugh, I just
I'm
start that one up.
going to lean into a lot of what Des is saying here, and what bothers me is again, it's more the choreography and less the conspiracy. Is like this all seems very natural what's happening to us, but it's so unnatural what's happening to us. Like we're just letting data centers, like they just slipped in. They weren't there before, and now they are, and
Because you
we're
said it
like,
was Amazon, but it wasn't.
right. But the thing
It
is
is,
like
but it's not fill my orders, not my Charmin.
not to be
Mm-mm.
all like Skynet, Terminator 2, but it feels very much like what I think Skynet and Terminator 2 would be like. Like all of a sudden, we've got data centers everywhere and they control everything and social equity and all these things. Like everything that we've been talking about for like the last 4 years, it feels a little more visceral. Does that make any sense? Or
I mean, maybe, I don't know. Like the thing with China is I don't think it's
Mm.
even if it was a race with China, we're not winning because we saw how fast them fucking Kobe hospitals went up. 2 days, whole hospital.
yeah,
What?
we didn't send. They don't. China doesn't have the America virus.
We
You
can't
know?
build a Dollar General that fast, okay? I mean, them are crazy. They're going up everywhere. Dollar Tree, Dollar General. Still takes months.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
I think
mean,
I may have hit
the
on something
only
there. I'm gonna toot my own horn for a second and say China doesn't have the America virus, but we sure as fuck have the China virus.
and like also, I mean, so I mean, they got us beaten in the speed that they can build the shit, but we do have them beat on like this the space we can put it because I mean they don't got much left of that.
Yeah, but they got the population to push it out.
Yeah, that's true. But also,
Yeah.
like, really feel like that's not it because we could just be, I mean, I don't know. Like, who cares?
This is a very interesting
It's
and
shady business.
there's a lot of questions that came from this episode that I think Mike's survey,
Mm-hmm.
whether he intended it to be or not, was very apropos for this.
Yes. So it's like, yes, I understand. We have 75K videos that we are trying to send through text messages that won't send and we're pissed off about it
Yeah.
because the data is so much it can't be sent through. And so maybe that's why we need 100 data centers that are disguised as Amazons, but not giving my Charmin that same day. But like, and okay, I understand that because I also want to be able to send everyone the
Your
most high
cat videos.
definition video of my cat meowing. I want to be able to do that and like that. I don't want to get pissed off, and I want to be able to be in an Apple and Android group chat and not have my pictures and videos be fucking
Or
terrible.
your
Why
bubble
can't
be
they?
blue
Or
versus green.
yes, why can't I just need all the things instantly. So yeah,
That's what
data
I'm
centers
saying.
useful. And so yeah, I get it. Like we need cloud storage. We need those things. But why the fuck we just all of us did blow up all of a sudden and like it feels secretive.
Yeah.
Right. Again, I'm going to lean to this statement I've made 1,000 times over that it's conspiracy versus choreography, and they've already planned for all this shit that we're questioning, and they're just responding. And how are we gonna, in turn, respond to that? Like, I feel like everything that we're questioning was already planned out, and they were sitting at a table having some coffee and going, okay, when this happens, we'll do that. And
Yeah.
this group of people, this group of highly intelligent people that have a very low publicity podcast. Um, I think we bring up a lot of really good questions to a lot of these things, and it's very bothersome to me that we're not the only ones asking these questions. I'm sure there's people with thousands more
Well,
viewers that are asking these
well,
questions, but
I don't know how that's the way I disagree. I don't think there's a lot of people asking questions. There's a lot of people pushing a point. And
you
part of the
think that we're the
reason
brain trust that nobody ever thought of, that we're going to be the ones that like
no,
pierce through the veil of
but that's why I wanted to do the survey because I was just like, I don't even
that's a
know. I mean,
great survey for this episode.
normally I have an opinion on things, and this thing
Yeah.
I'm just like, the more I dug
I don't
into it,
know.
I was like, I don't
It
know.
gets
I mean,
bothersome.
when I looked at this, like if you look at the results of our thing, so there's 8 questions, there's 4 of us, so there's 32 possibilities, right?
Mhm.
So of that, the people that said that they had an issue, the people that had an
It was all
issue
of us.
was 17 of the 32, right? So more than half. Not having an issue was 6, and unsure was 9.
That's bothersome.
So, and the thing that I found interesting is even though the majority was definitely unsure about doing this, when it got to question 8, 2 of us were like, yes, we think it's a good idea.
Well, and but
But I'm
again,
just saying, it's like the
it's kind of
vast
the like,
majority. We were like, it's a bad idea, but I think we should do it, which I think
but that's
is
kind of like
collectively.
well, but to
Put him
that,
in Montana. There's nothing out there.
yeah, until there's something out
Yeah.
there.
There's
But
lots out there.
But
isn't that
again,
crazy though? If you think about this on that scale, like we think about this country and the preservation of the land and all these
Yeah.
national parks we have, and we really value nature in this country. And it's like these things are gonna. And now you're saying, well, we should just put them in Montana, or we should put them
That's
here, we should
land.
put them there. It's like, do you want those ugly buildings behind Mike like everywhere? Like,
Hmm.
No, but
you know what I mean?
dude, I'm
but
telling you,
again, this
drive through a wind farm. It's the same shit. Like
Yeah,
we took up all this
those are
space.
Some things
bullshit.
can be true.
but Desiree,
Those are
this
bullshit too. I'm not
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah,
this falls
and they can't do
way
anything with them.
into, and maybe I'm tooting my own horn, but this falls way into choreography versus conspiracy. If all these elements are out there and we're questioning them and thinking that people are behind it and all that, but really they were already going to happen and we're just dancing the dance.
Well,
It, you know what I mean? We're just dancing the dance. We're kind of part of the conspiracy, but we just don't want to go. There's 3 people that have a secret, 2 of them are dead, and this one is the one in charge. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's like that watering my grass thing. It's like 2 years ago you told me we're in a drought because we probably were. I actually don't even know. It would seem like it
Well,
rained
you just
enough.
said, okay,
But we're
I'm
like,
in a
okay,
drought.
sure,
I'll do
fine.
whatever you
I won't water
say.
my lawn because the
I'll dance
reservoir is
the dance.
down. Now the reservoir is up higher than it's been in years.
The two-headed frogs are
But
doing
like,
well.
why do we still have this watering restriction? You could have just said, "Hey guys, listen, we're about to build this fucking AI data. Y'all want to send your 4K
We're
pictures
about to
every
sports
4 minutes?
it.
Okay, well then shut up and we're building this data center because everyone wants it. You know you do. So we've been build this data center. We need everyone to water their lawns about 2 times a week so we can conserve enough water to be able to run it. And if we do that for like a couple of years, we'll be cool. And we won't have to worry about this water situation. So shut up, have a
And
brown
then two
lawn.
years
So in
later,
two
you
years, you
forget
can send
about
all
it.
your 75K pictures to everyone. Okay, great. You could have just said that.
It's
And we'd be
really.
like, okay, well, I guess we're going to fucking water our lawn every 2 days.
I feel like this episode is way more disconcerting than we're realizing how disconcerting it
Well,
is.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, my opinion is at the best, it's poor marketing. Like if I give them every benefit of the doubt, it's still like horrible marketing
Yeah,
on
it's
their part.
horrible. So,
I'm still pissed off at
Jack,
Amazon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
get you.
it's like it's 11 now, guys. So I don't know. It seems like we covered a lot of ground here, and
hmm
maybe it's just time to
I
wrap
feel
things
that
up.
like this is a second episode one. If we review our answers,
I was going to school you guys on aortic dissection, but we didn't get there. So
No,
sorry
we'll
about
get
that.
this was a good topic, and yeah, I would like to revisit it.
All right,
it's
cool.
very interesting.
All right, well,
It's
Desiree,
very
thank you,
Thank you,
Yeah,
Desiree.
Yeah.
and we'll
absolutely.
see you guys all next week later.
Yeah.
They don't build an AI center over me or a data center, whatever they're called.